What would it take to get an artist from 0 to 100,000 streams on their debut EP? This was an exciting challenge I wanted to undertake. I started working with Toronto and Montreal based rapper Piano 11 about 3 months ago. And he has no time. He's super busy. He runs 3 different businesses. He doesn't like social media. If it was his choice, he wouldn't be on there in the first place. And that might sound like so many of you. So if you stay to the very end of this video, I'm going to break down exactly how many YouTube music video views and Spotify streams he has on this Project Piano EP and show you the strategy and the actual methodology with Instagram and TikTok were used on organic and paid to get him to 100,000 streams. Alright, first things first, it was an 8-track EP. He gave away 2 of them as singles, and he also put out a bonus release on his birthday. We're going to get into that. It sounds kind of boring, but the very first thing we did was work out his audience and his brand. Who he is, what he stands for, where he's from, who he wants to communicate with, what type of music he makes, not only on the songs of this EP, but overall as an artist. Everything else like evolves and springboards from knowing who you are and who you're talking to. And once we realized this, we were targeting people who were a first-born immigrant, so their parents might be half one nationality, but half UK, half American, half Canadian. And so you live in between 2 different cultures, and that was so important. We were targeting people who felt the same way as we do, you do, and many of us, like we're a child of 2 different nations. Then we began to show this hustler mentality. So because Piano has 3 different businesses, he's always working. So whether he is in a meeting, whether he's on the phone, whether he's going out and about to go and check on his suppliers, he is constantly on the go. So we made his content seem like he never stops working, because that's the truth. He is on the go. And I used that caption to inspire other young entrepreneurs who wanted to get into business, who wanted to make a progression in their career. So again, we're talking to this perfect type of community. Then he had an existing fan base, but they'd kind of gone to sleep. We had to wake them up. So we made some exciting content of him. He has this beautiful wall in his house where it's got a decal and it looks like a music wall because of his name, Piano. So I've made him constantly film against that wall. The repetition showed people that he was constantly making music when he wasn't working. So again, we're just re-emphasizing this message. That was phase 1, right? Phase 2 was he went on holiday. He went to Morocco, he went to shoot a music video, and he just needed a lad's holiday. So I said to him, Piano, send me all of your holiday footage. I'm going to make a madness with the content. So a couple of different images I photoshopped, and I'm going to show him this image right here, which is to announce one of his songs. And this image here is once again to say the song is out now on release day. These are called power images. I love the way they look because it takes a boring shot of you just standing somewhere and it makes it into a marketing piece of information. And people get hyped because they don't know, is that real or is it fake? It's fake, by the way. So you know that it is, but you have a second to think about it. And it tells an emotion that he is excited about his release. And when you show an emotion, your audience will show an emotion with you. So that was the second phase. The third phase was I got him into Reels, finally. We found his style. There's one TikToker I think is incredible called Connor Price. I showed Piano a couple of Connor's different videos and how he did skits with himself. And Piano found his own rhythm. So he started making these in bulk. I taught him how to edit using an app called CapCut. And he started churning these out. And the views were growing and growing and growing. He began with 1,000 views per video, then 3,000 views per video. Then 1 or 2 of them peaked past 15 or 30,000 views per video. So then he began a recurring format. This is something I teach in my book, The 2 Types of Fans, and all my clients. So you have a reel and you do the same idea over and over again with different inputs, different songs, different concepts. And he chose one called Auto-Tune versus No Auto-Tune, where he would rap the lyrics of his song just a cappella on a normal iPhone mic. And then there'd be a flash or a blur or a fade to black. and then it would have the full song playing with the auto-tune underneath, and it was mixed and it mastered and it sounded amazing. And so that before and after transition really helped his audience grow.
I be with pushers and wilders. Tired of these bitches that deal them and bill them, but trust me, I'm pushing them wildest. Up in my city, my whole team is litty, so no bitch, I don't need a stylist. I be with pushers and wilders. Tired of these bitches that deal them and bill them, but trust me, I'm pushing them wildest.
All the while, they were just getting obsessed with listening to his music. So he did all 8 songs on the EP across this period. He was just making reels upon reels upon reels, leaking his own music before even telling anybody this is going to be a future release. That was the smart bit about what he did. So then the first single came out. That was called No Reason. I want to get you the exact stats of what it did. We ran about $300 of Canadian Facebook ads, and then we ran around $250 of YouTube ads. And I got the numbers right here for you. So No Reason did 16,000 streams on Spotify, and the music video did 77,000 views, right? So that's already like doing about 80, 85, 86K just from the first single off an 8-track EP. So we're already close to the target, right? I was so proud of him at this point, and he took another lad's holiday. He went away. I think he traveled for 6 weeks, moving city to city and country to country, and he was posting stories wherever he went. He was showing himself working even while on holiday, and he was creating content literally about this is how I'm going to build up to my EP. And then after he got back, he did the next single release, which was called Get In Mine. This was the music video he filmed while out in Morocco on the first holiday. This was a movie, I'm telling you. I make sure you watch it. I'm going to put a card up here so you can go and check it out. And this basically showed him on a journey of between a Palestinian and an Arab and a Canadian, and it was just showing what his interpretation would be like of being between 2 different nations. Love this song, and it really was that trappy, melodic, sort of Travis Scott inspired sort of sound, which is very contemporary. So again, on this record, we did some Facebook ads. I think it was around $250, but this time we targeted Morocco, and we targeted all those other countries where he filmed the music video and would be slightly interested in this demographic. So we widened the targeting, but more than just going on UK, United States, and Canada. This was really effective. So we got about 90,000 link clicks on the Facebook ads, which was incredible from a tiny budget. We did the same on the YouTube campaign. So we targeted like Algeria, Morocco, like Lebanon, and all these other related territories. And again, well, you win some, you lose some, okay? And the next thing that happened is the music video started picking up steam. And that one is currently on 30,000 YouTube views. And on Spotify, it's on 31,000 streams. So once again, really great numbers, 60K overall on that release. Now hold up, here's what changed. In between this EP promotion, it was Piano's birthday, and he wanted to drop a bonus track that wasn't on the project at all. It was called Friend or Foe, and he put it up on Spotify, but also on YouTube as an audio format only, and then a few days later as a lyric video. Put some Facebook ads behind that, some YouTube ads behind that, and this track worked really well because of the concept of like, is someone your friend or your foe? The real message of the song was brought to life, and his community started to see him as a really versatile rapper who can perform on so many different styles. I love this record, and I really felt like doing something for the fans on your birthday that didn't serve you well because it wasn't promoting the EP. It served them well. Was an amazing step that he did to like reward them for their appreciation. So I wanted to highlight that part of the strategy as well. So then we fast forward a little bit longer into the actual EP release. Again, Piano started working at a rate I hadn't seen before. The reels were coming faster than ever before, and he was pushing himself to really rap in 2 languages. There was one song called Casablanca, right? And Casablanca, where he raps in Arabic, I believe, during the hook.
I'm from the west and the deep, but my family belong in the east where it's harder.
It was infectious and so addictive that people started asking him, what does that mean? What's the translation of that phrase? So he started hinting where he would type it out in Arabic on the reel, on the subtitles. Very effective. So people were asking even more, what does it mean? What does it mean? So the next step in the Facebook ad strategy was to try a snippet off the Get In Mind music video with 2 completely different songs underneath. Because they were the most hyped tracks on the EP, I thought they would do best to drive the most number of clicks. So we ran a very small budget of 150 Canadian dollars. And what you do is you put 2 different ads underneath and you test them against each other. And whichever ad does better, like gets the most money, gets the most clicks, gets the most views. And what I did was I ran a duplicate of that advert targeting Spotify only and a duplicate targeting Apple Music only. So there's 4 different ads. So Casablanca Spotify, Casablanca Apple Music, Raising Havoc Spotify, Raising Havoc Apple Music. Tested them against each other, and so, no surprise, the Casablanca Spotify ad won. And so that was the ad that got the largest portion of the budget, drove the most results. So now I know what you're wondering by now is how many streams and music video views did the Project Piano EP get in total? So I'm so gassed to tell you that we had 112,000 YouTube views and we had 61,000 Spotify streams. So altogether that takes us to a grand total of 173,000 plays off the records in total. And this is for an artist who had never crossed 50,000 plays before. This is for an artist who didn't have much time and who didn't like social media. So if he can do it, I absolutely know that you can do it. And the main thing I want you to take away is everything begins with knowing who you are as an artist, knowing how badly you want your song, your album, your EP to be a success. Because when you know how desperate you are, when you know how much you want it, you push yourself harder. And it's not about showing up on social media every day for the sake of showing up. It's about when you do put content out there, it's the right content. It tugs at people's heartstrings. It makes them feel some kind of way, whether that's inspired, motivated, empowered, grateful, like ambitious. That's how I wanted people to feel when they viewed Piano's content. And for you, if you're out there wanting to get 100,000 streams in your release, shoot me a DM over at social media Ayaz, and then watch this video over here, which is tell you why you need to get your copy of the 2 Types of Fans book.